Thank you for joining us today. Welcome to this new episode of Walmart Academy videos, brought to you by Cellcore. Let's get started.
Welcome back to Walmart Academy. In this video, we'll be discussing categorization. Optimizing your categories is one of the first steps in listing optimization, as it determines many factors of your listing. It determines which attributes are available for your listing. It determines even the keywords your listing can rank for. To think about this from Walmart's perspective, they need to understand which product should serve under certain keywords on the marketplace. So if somebody's searching for a water bottle, they want to make sure that only water bottles are going to display. Utilizing purely copy is not enough. This is why categorization exists, to be able to help Walmart shape where your listing should rank. There are three levels to categories. There's a broad, general category, just called category. There's a category path, which is the taxonomy of a listing. It starts at a more broad category and it goes generalized into the specific category of your product. And finally, there is the product type. This is the most important of categories as it impacts the most aspects of your listing. This is the one that drives which keywords your listing can rank for, as well as which attributes are recommended or even required to be filled out. We'll be doing a number of videos within this series discussing the specifics of each one of these categories. Let's dive in. Let's start with the first level of categories, simply the items category. Now, you might be wondering, why does Walmart even have three different levels of category? Category, category path, and product type. To understand this, you need to get a brief history lesson on the evolution of Walmart.com. As of today, Walmart utilizes Item Spec 5.0 when creating listings. This is to enhance Walmart's vision of having a very attribute-based search algorithm, something we'll discuss more in depth. However, to understand this, Walmart needs to best categorize the listings. And as of today, items are set up using a product type. In previous item specs, there were items that were set up on a category level. For example, in Item Spec 4.0, everything was set up from a category level, and there was a total of 77 categories. As of today, with Item Spec 5.0, there are over 6,700 product types. So there's a lot more detail that Walmart's looking towards getting from a listing when setting it up. There's so much more that is now required or recommended, and Walmart's really shaping how their listing should be viewed on their platform. So why does category still exist? Well, as Walmart is proceeding along this evolution, there are still generalized processes in their backend that still exist. So categories do still exist on Walmart, although this is something that may potentially phase out in the long run. So what do categories do today? Categories still determine the available attributes of your listing. Now, if you are setting up your item fresh today, using Item Spec 5.0, Walmart should get the category correct, as they've already segregated the product types associated with different categories. However, if you're diving into an existing listing or optimizing an existing listing, you're going to want to make sure that your category is set up correctly. There are documentation, which will be linked below, with how do you determine which category is best for your product. As there are only 77, you should have a pretty decent idea where to go, and that should help guide you on your direction. But if you do have any question, there might be some nuances between a couple of similar categories that should help guide you over there. If you do have any questions, please leave a comment and we'll be sure to help you out over there. Now, you might ask, how do you update an item's category? As of today, the simplest way to do this is to go ahead and re-ingest the item using an Item Spec 5.0 file where the product type is included. This should trigger a category change as well, as long as a product type would fall within that category. If you aren't having any luck with this, I always like to open a case with Walmart support. Make sure to go down the right path within the ticketing system, and you'll be able to create a ticket requesting a category update. Remember, this is a very important process, as having the correct attributes available for your listing will help it rank and do so much more. Let's continue the category paths.
Thank you for watching. For more videos like this, check out our whole series on our website, cellcore.com. Until next time.